everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I made the middle nail set in this bundle. So let's jump right into the tutorial. I started off with this pink base color and I'm going to be applying this all over every single nail, and I am also going to be doing a stiletto set today. So I usually never do stiletto, like it's super rare that I get asked for it, but I do have stiletto nail tips on hand just in case, and these are like a medium length stiletto. I would not personally call them long, or I guess they're like a medium long. They're not short and they're not long necessarily. So these are called, I forgot what they're called, but they're from Eno Couture, and I am going to be putting a gold actually on the ring finger because this is going to be a full embellished nail, so I don't need to put that pink down. I need a color that's going to match the rhinestones, or at least a similar type of vibe. So I am going in with this really beautiful ultra shimmery gold. It is so sparkly and so beautiful, so I'm going to be applying this all over the ring finger. I am doing a full cure for 60 seconds in my UV LED lamp, and of course the nail stands and the putty that I use is always in the description box of every single video in case you're wondering what I use. So I'm going to be grabbing my bunny white gel polish. This is my ultra pigmented white gel polish from my brand Nail Slayed by Val. And so if you're interested in like good quality nail products, all of my gel polishes are HEMA free. I do have them available on my website, and you can always use discount code Nail Slayer to save money. I personally input that discount code on my website so that anyone can save money if they want to. It's not one of those codes where like I get commission because it's, you know, my own brand. I don't get any commission. It's just a way for you guys to save money. You know what I mean? So if you ever see me promoting the discount code Nail Slayer, it's because of that. I just want you guys here on YouTube to be able to save money because you guys just are always supporting me. So I just want to be able to help you guys save some money for some of the products that I've launched. And all of my bottles are 20 milliliters of product, so they are bigger than most brands on the market. If you notice, most brands from Amazon or any other brands that you purchase, the gel polishes bottles are always like 15 or 10 milliliters, maybe 12, but they're usually never 20 milliliters. It's super rare. And I knew that I wanted all of my products to have more product than most brands on the market, so my bottles do hold more product than most, so you get more gel polish, more bang for your buck basically. And yeah, so I'm just going to be applying a French tip here on the thumb and the pointer finger, and I think on the pinky as well, and I'm just going to be filling it in with my liner brush. I'm going to be grabbing that same gold now, and I'm going to be applying a French tip nail right here on the middle finger. The reason why I decided to go in with a gold underneath the nails that are going to have rhinestones is because if for some reason any of your rhinestones did fall off, you would want a color there that doesn't make it so noticeable that a rhinestone has come off. You know what I mean? Of course, I make every effort I possibly can to ensure that the rhinestones are applied correctly and they do not come off for the durability of the customer wearing the nail set, but I of course want to make sure I have any precautions in place so that if for some reason like a rhinestone was to come off, if they knock one off on accident, it will have a color underneath that kind of matches the overall vibe. So I always go in with a glitter color that is preferably a color super identical or as close as I can possibly get to the rhinestones that I'm going to be putting on top. So if you're a beginner, that is the best tip I can possibly give you. And I'm not going to lie, I learned that tip from Natalie Carmona literally probably more than 6 or 7 years ago. So when I used to watch Natalie Carmona on YouTube, I don't even think she does nail videos anymore. I have absolutely no clue, but I used to always watch her videos, and she always recommended that you apply a glittery color underneath your rhinestones, so that way you have like a backup, you know what I mean? So it's just such a good tip. I love her for sharing that. So I'm actually going to be applying a matte top coat on the pointer finger on one hand and then the pinky nail on another hand. And the reason why is because she wanted like an alternating chrome nail. So she wanted one chrome nail on the pointer and then the other chrome nail on the other hand to be on the pinky finger. So I'm going to be going ahead and applying some 3D gel right here. The 3D gel is from my website, Nail Slayed by Val, like I mentioned, and it is my rhinestone gel. That is a non-wipe formula. You can go in with 2 coats if you need to, because this gel is a little bit more of a runny consistency. So I'm just going in and I'm just going to be applying this because it has the 3D effect. I'm actually going to insert the inspo photo now before I forget, because I forgot on my last video. I'm so sorry, but let me insert it now. So this is the inspiration photo. She specifically requested that I do gold instead of silver, and that is what I'm going to be doing. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is that whenever you're doing stiletto press-on nails, a lot of the time, if you're just doing gel press-ons, it's just like a little bit difficult to shape the nail tips so perfectly and super pointy at the tip of the nail. The reason why is because if you really think about it, like if you've never done nails on someone in person, or let's just use your own hand for example, right? However long your nail beds are is where you need to start the point of the stiletto. So for example, I have very short nail beds. Like my nail beds are short. They're not nice and long, like those really aesthetic nail beds that you see in a lot of videos and stuff. Mine are very short and kind of stubby. So if I was to try to create a stiletto nail set with someone like my nail beds blindly, I would not know where exactly to start the stiletto and point it in. You know what I mean? Because it has to be like a triangle. So you need somewhere to start the triangle. If you were doing it on someone's actual nail, you'll know exactly where to start filing the sidewalls, because you'll know exactly where their skin meets the nail. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but basically I can't shape it so perfectly tapered in, because what if she has really long nail beds and I taper the nails so far down that her nail, like the nail will no longer fit her nail bed properly. So when it comes to stiletto nails, I don't even like to risk it. I use the nail tips exactly as they come, and I will only shape the very tip of the stiletto a little bit more to be a little bit more pointy if the inspo photo is more pointy. So as you can see, the inspo photo is very pointy, but I don't know what her nail beds look like exactly. So there's no way for me to make it 100% perfect and exact, because her nail beds are not in front of me. Like if it was in front of me and I was shaping on her nail, then I'll know exactly where I need to start pointing that stiletto at. But because it's not, I don't want to risk it. I don't want the nails to end up not fitting her. So I'm going to make sure to leave them in her measurements and her desired sizes. But I'm only going to exactly taper in the very tip of the nail to make it as pointy as I can without it altering the shape of the nail too much. So as you can see, my black gel polish called Purrfect Black is already chrome ready. It is like a non-wipe formula, so it is a non-wipe formula, so you don't need to like go in and top coat it if you don't want to, but I do always top coat it if I'm doing any type of design. But as you can see, the chrome stuck to it so perfectly, so all I did was go in with a layer of matte top coat underneath on top of the nude. So right on top of the nude pink, I applied a matte top coat. I used the Gaoi matte top coat, I think that's how you pronounce it. I cured that for 60 seconds, then I started my design and the black gel polish on top. And then when I cured my black gel polish called Purrfect Black from my brand, I just cured it for only 30 seconds, and it is the perfect consistency, or the perfect non-wipe like surface for the chrome to stick to. So it is like a chrome ready black gel polish. It is so amazing, because I hated having to mix together like black gel polish with top coat to be able to use it for chrome. So my black gel polish is already basically chrome ready and like top coated kinda. So that is my best way to explain that. And then I did make sure to remove all of the extra chrome powder, because I don't want to taint my top coat bottle too much. So once the chrome is nicely applied, I did go in and apply my no wipe glossy top coat to the entire nail, and then I cured for a full 60 seconds. So that is what I did there. Also, whenever I apply the black, I make sure to apply just a thin layer. I don't go in super gloopy. I don't want the black gel polish to be under cured, since I only did a cure for 30 seconds. So I only went in really lightly, and you could do the full 60 seconds, but if for some reason reason you have like some patchy parts on your chrome, just go in with a lint-free wipe, a little bit of alcohol, just isopropyl alcohol, and you're just going to wipe over the nail, then reapply your chrome, and it'll stick perfectly. That is my best tip. And as you can see, I'm wiping off the other nails just in case there's any chrome or any debris or lint that's on them. I'm wiping them off with the same lint-free wipe and a little bit of acetone. And I prefer acetone because it actually cleans off any little things that are on there, any little pieces of gel, anything, or like little marks of gel. So I just wipe them off, make sure they dry, and then now I'm going in with my non-wipe glossy top coat, and I can actually seal the nails in. So as you can see, I did seal in the thumb and the pinky on that one, and then now I'm going to be sealing in the thumb and the pointer, or I already sealed in the thumb and the pointer, and now the pinky on this hand. So I'm showing you guys both hands since the designs are like, you know, kind of different on those. So now after this is done, I can finally get started on my next design. But first I do need to top coat. Whenever I'm applying rhinestones like this, when they're all together in a very specific shape, like at the tip of nails and stuff, I prefer to go in with a super stronghold nail glue. So the super stronghold nail glue that I recommend is called Star Bond. It's in the description of my video, but it is so strong. It's like a regular super glue. So that is the glue I recommend whenever you're going to be applying a big bulk of stones all over an entire nail, because it's like bedazzling something, you know, like you don't want it to fall off because it's a big piece of it. But if I was doing only like 2 tiny stones or a few tiny stones in a line, then I would use my non-wipe rhinestone gel. But my non-wipe rhinestone gel is not created for giant rhinestones, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be using big rhinestones here, so I do not want them to fall off. That's why I prefer to go in with like a super strong super glue. It's almost like a Gorilla Glue type formula. So if you guys want to use that, I definitely recommend getting a like nail glue drying spray. I use the Hurry Up nail glue dryer, and I get it from eBay. It's just like a spray, like an aerosol can, and you spray it on the glue once you're done with the full nail, and it basically dries your glue instantly. So that way you don't deal with that white cast that appears when you use any type of super glue or like air dry glue. That white cast is going to appear and cover your rhinestones. It's going to make your rhinestone application look really like messy and just like not clean. So that's why I spray that immediately, and you want to make sure you spray it at least a few inches away from the nail. You don't want to spray the Hurry Up nail glue dryer super close because it's just going to spray the glue everywhere in a way. So you want to make sure it's just a like fine mist. That's why I like that it's in the aerosol can. You guys might have heard of the Mia Secret like resin spray that's like to cure resin or to cure glue, or dry glue. Sorry, I keep saying cure, but you know what I mean, like dry. I don't like that Mia Secret one because I noticed years ago that the spray nozzle is very inconsistent and it sprays too harshly for my liking. So I prefer the Hurry Up nail glue dryer spray can. It's from eBay, like I said, that's where I get it, and I feel like it like leaves a really nice mist, so you don't deal with that issue of it spraying back all the glue on you or all over your nail. So as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to get into the nooks and crannies to get all the rhinestones in there. I used a mix of sizes, all different types of SS stones, and I'm using the gold ones. I don't know exactly what these are called. I've had so many rhinestones for years. I fill my rhinestone little containers to the max whenever I need to, so that way I have them at all times. But my favorite place to get rhinestones is from Blue Street Crystals. I believe I still have a code with them. I'm not really sure, but you can try code VAL. It might work. I'm not really sure. But Blue Street Crystals is the best quality stones. They have the Serenity stones, and those are ultra sparkly ones. Like if you want high quality ones for your customers and clients, that is definitely what I recommend. And as you can see now, I'm going in and bedazzling the French tip. So that's what I meant when I meant like I need like a stronghold glue, because this is only on the tip of the nail. So I decided to go in with my Hurry Up nail glue dryer all over the tip of this nail, and then I'm just going to bedazzle it quickly because this glue does dry fast. So if you're a beginner, it might be a little hard to work with this because it dries so quickly, but the thinner the formula, the faster the resin glue is going to dry. So that is a big tip. If for some reason you've tried resin glue or Gorilla Glue type of glues for your rhinestones and it dries so extremely fast, it depends on the consistency. So the runnier the formula, the faster it dries. This is the thick formula, so it'll be in the description of my video, and this one dries a little bit slower than the thinner formulas. So that is what I recommend if you're a beginner for any type of glue like this. You also want to make sure when you're breathing it in, it's just like an extremely strong chemical, like the smell and everything. So probably like wear a mask, wear gloves, just in case. You know, you should always be wearing gloves no matter what, but wear a mask maybe when you're using this type of stuff because it is super strong. And especially that Hurry Up nail glue dryer spray is so strong, like the smell. So I definitely recommend you wear a mask, wear gloves. If preferred, like have a fan on or have a window open, definitely. So I need to tell you guys all that information if I'm going to be telling you guys about these products. So now I'm just going to finish up the nails. I already sprayed them with my Hurry Up Glue dryer glue spray, and I already let them fully dry. So now I wiped them off with the lint-free wipe and a little bit of acetone on it, and that is going to make your rhinestones ultra sparkly. And then now I'm going to apply a second layer of top coat here, but only right here on this bottom part. This is going to kind of seal in those nails that are right by the smile line, or it's not those nails, sorry, those rhinestones. That way I get a very even application right there. I just kind of sealed them in, and now I can top coat that, or I top coated it, and now I can cure that in the nail lamp for a full 60 seconds. And I do always cure my entire nail for a full 60 seconds at the very end of the design. So once this was pretty much finished, this is how it turned out. It's actually so pretty, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks with the other nail sets in this bundle. Stay tuned for Monday, because I'm going to show you guys the last nail set, which is the one at the very top. And yeah, you guys, if you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!